Hello boys and girls, this is Anders here of course, and welcome back to another World of Tanks replay. I just woke up, so excuse my morning voice. I'm in my AMX 12T. It's a Frenchy tier 6 light tank with an auto loader with 6 rounds in it. I can't even speak today. 135 alpha damage per shot and 144 penetration. So not a bad light tank, but I definitely enjoy playing with its little brother, the AMX ECL more. I think the penetration is just a little bit too weak on this tank to really do any damage. But let's be honest, this tank is a light tank. It is made for scouting and shooting enemies in the rear or the side, so you really don't need any more penetration. If you would give this tank 175 pen, it would be OP as fuck, and you would see no one running around with anything else than this tank. Or at least I think so. But anyways, this tank, it's enjoyable to play. It's not super fun, obviously, but you can definitely make a lot of credits and XP if you make sure to spot a lot and then do damage at the points when you actually can. A great tip is actually reload a lot. Sure, it takes about 20 seconds plus to reload the magazine, but having those 6 rounds in the magazine at all times means that you have 800 damage you can put down on an enemy in less than 10 seconds almost, at any time, if you hit all the 6 shots obviously and all of them penetrate. Otherwise you won't do 800 damage in 10 seconds, you might end up doing 0 damage. For example, if I would try to shoot this T-34. But something I wanted to talk about, because this gameplay isn't super exciting. I think you definitely should notice and like note down the things I do if you're a little bit of a tomato noob and you don't exactly know how to use light tanks, because light tanks are quite important, that you stay in cover and then pop out slowly but surely and just spot the enemies. And when you get a chance, like I get here, to shoot at an ST1 from the side without being able to hit me or any of his friends being able to hit me, then do it. That's about how you use a light tank. Otherwise, don't use it. Sadly though, I miss it. God damn it, so someone else gets the kill. I did at least about 500 damage on him, so I'm quite happy with that. Not too shabby. So already our team is up with 4 kills versus 0s. Pretty good stuff, so I'm pretty certain we're gonna win. The mod pack actually told us we had a smaller chance to win than the enemy, but obviously my spotting is doing quite well and the teammates are doing really well as well. But I wanted to talk a little bit about gold ammo and also artillery. Gold ammo, in my opinion, is a little bit like cheating. Obviously it's not a cheat because it's in the game, so fucking use it if you like to, but here is why I think you shouldn't. What I see a lot of the time is tomato noobs that don't really know how to play the game using gold ammo. Sometimes I see really good players use it too, but I think it's more or less like for the lulz they use it. Obviously I'm not a very good player, I'm still learning, and this is the point why I rarely or almost never use gold ammo. You're gonna see me load gold here later, but that's just because obviously I'm running out of normal ammo and yeah, I have to fire something. And I only have 1 magazine of it too, like many others might run with 2 or 3 magazines of gold in this tank, but like I said, you don't need it. If you know how to play your tank, you do not need to use gold. If you're in a medium or a light tank, you're supposed to spot, you're supposed to shoot the enemy when they're not looking at you, you're supposed to shoot the enemy in the side and in the rear, you're not supposed to engage them from the front. That's never a good idea. Then you're simply too noobish, you don't know what the fuck you're doing simply. And I'm not saying this to be mean, or I'm not saying any of you guys are bad. This is to give people who are kind of new to the game some tips that I've discovered myself, because I'm pretty new as well. Like, don't get me wrong, like I said, I am definitely not like a super good player or anything like that. I'm no Quickie Baby or Jingles or whatever their names are. They're quite good players. I wouldn't say I'm even close to, at least not Quickie Baby. I've seen him a couple of times and he seems to have some pretty goddamn good average scores. But a great example is one of my favorite tanks, tier 8 medium American tank, the T69. It has a 4-shot autoloader with 175 penetration, not super much pen, but it's good enough to pen almost every single tank up to tier 10 as long as you shoot it in the side, and you have 250 alpha damage and about 20 seconds reload. That's more than enough to do plenty of damage and have plenty of fun. You know what my average win ratio with that tank is? 65% over 200 battles. You know what my average XP is with it? 920 XP per battle average with that tank. You know how much gold I've fired in it? 2 magazines in 200 battles. So that means I've used 1 magazine of gold ammo per 100 battles in it. You clearly do not need gold in it if you know how to use it. I'm gonna be honest, the first couple of battles I was kind of disappointed with it because I didn't quite understand why I wasn't doing well with it. But the thing is, you gotta do like the peekaboo effect with it. Same thing with this tank. You pop up, you spot somebody. If they didn't spot you, you go ahead and pummel them with 4 or 6 shots, and then you pull back and reload. Do the same thing again. If they know you're there, then you don't do it. Something I personally don't think should be removed, because I don't think the gold ammo should be removed. I think it had its place in the game. It allows some noob players that haven't really learned the game yet to have a little bit of fun now and then, and like you personally, if you're a kind of good player, you can load it in like a weird derpy tank and just kind of go ham once. It's always fun to do that, but really try to avoid it for your own sake, like honestly, so you can easier become a better player. That's at least my tip. However though, a thing I really would like to be removed in this game is arty. I freaking hate arty. I hate it so much. I obviously know that when you see that there's arty on the map, you should be using the cover that can cover you from the arty and at the same time cover you from the enemy team, but it always feels so stagnated. The battles become so slow, especially if the battle has 2 or 3 arties in it. It's really boring, and getting one-shotted by arty sucks big ass balls. So, fucking nice shit. Sharpshooter, Master Ace badge, nice stuff. I did 1600 damage, not the best, but I made the most XP, 1200, thanks to premium and 2 times the first match. I got a shit ton of it, and thanks to doing 3400 spotting, I got a lot of cash too. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as usual. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.